Welcome to this video where we will set up and use the Impinj Speedway Antenna Hub. This antenna hub enables each antenna port on an Impinj Speedway RFID reader to connect to 8 RFID antennas, which means that one 4-port RFID reader can connect to up to 32 RFID antennas. The Impinj Speedway Antenna Hub can be used with the following RFID readers: the Impinj R120, the Impinj R220, or the Impinj R420. Today we're going to set up our Impinj R420 reader with the Impinj Speedway Antenna Hub and demonstrate connecting and using the antenna hub with 2 RFID antennas. In order to get started with this antenna hub, we'll need a few items: a compatible Impinj reader. Today we're using the Impinj R420, a compatible power supply or PoE adapter, the Impinj Speedway Antenna Hub, the Impinj GPIO Adapter and included cable, one RPTNC male to SMA male cable to connect our reader to our antenna hub, one Cat5 cable to connect our GPIO adapter to our antenna hub, 2 Vulcan RFID S9025PL RFID antennas, and 2 N-type male to SMA male RFID antenna cables to connect our antennas to our antenna hub. With the R420 and 1 RFID antenna hub, you're able to connect to up to 11 RFID antennas to the reader, 8 via the antenna hub and 3 via the additional RFID Reader Antenna Ports. If you want to connect to more RFID antennas than the 2 we will be connecting to today, simply add additional RFID antennas and antenna cables to your list, up to 11. However, if you need to connect to more than 11, you will need to add an additional RFID antenna hub. In that case, you will also need to add one of each of these items. Checking the software version. One important thing to note before we get started is that your Impinj RFID reader must be updated to software version 4.10.0.240 or later to use the Impinj Antenna Hub. Most Impinj readers will be updated, but here's how to check. Plug in your Impinj RFID reader and let it get started powering up. If you need help setting up your Impinj RFID reader, check out the link on screen now to our quick start guide for the Impinj R420, which will also work if you're using the R120 or R220. Once your reader is ready to go, jump to the web UI, which is http://speedway.r and the last 6 characters of your reader's MAC address, which is located on the side of your Impinj reader. Type in the username, which is lowercase root, and the password, which is lowercase impinj. Once you have the web UI open, look for the software version and just ensure that it's 4.10.0.240 or later. We'll come back to the web UI later, but for now we will set up the additional hardware. Impinj suggests that all cable connecting should be done while the reader is powered off, so I'll go ahead and unplug our reader for now. Hardware setup. Now let's do all of our cable connections. First, we will connect the GPIO adapter to the RFID reader via the cable that came with the GPIO adapter. Plug one end of the cable into the GPIO input on the GPIO adapter and the other end into the GPIO port on the front of your Impinj reader. Next, we will connect the GPIO adapter to the antenna hub via a Cat5 cable, like this. Next, we will connect the antenna hub and our RFID reader via an RPTNC male to SMA male cable, like this. Now we have all of our main parts connected. It's important to note that the GPIO adapter port that is being used must correlate with the antenna port on the RFID reader that is being used. For instance, if you use port 1 to connect the GPIO adapter to the antenna hub, you must use antenna port 1 on the reader to connect the reader to the antenna hub. And finally, we will add our 2 Vulcan RFID S9025PL antennas using an N-type male to SMA male cable, like this. Now let's plug our reader back in. Web UI. Once the reader is back up and powered, let's jump back to our reader's web UI. Once you're in the web UI, we need to enable our RFID Antenna Hub. Go to the Antenna Hub section and click the text Enable Antenna Hub. After you've enabled the Antenna Hub, the reader must be rebooted. So go ahead and click Reboot. The reboot will start to count down from 60 seconds, and when it's finished, the web UI will refresh once the reader has rebooted. This might take a couple of minutes. Once you've done that, you can then open the Connections page by clicking the text Show Connections, and then clicking Check Connections. If your antenna hub is connected correctly, a green checkmark should appear on the antenna hub that correlates with the antenna port that you're using. Once the green checkmark appears, we know our antenna hub is connected properly. Now let's jump into Impinj's ItemTest software and read RFID tags with our R420 and antenna hub. ItemTest. Open ItemTest and connect to your reader by clicking on the plus sign next to Data Sources. Input your reader's hostname into the hostname box and then click Add Data Source. If you need more information on downloading, setting up, and using ItemTest, check out our video downloading, installing, and using ItemTest via the link on screen now, which is also available in the description below. Our reader has now been added, and when we click on the reader's hostname under Data Sources, we can see that ItemTest is aware that our Antenna Hub is enabled. Instead of enabling all antennas on my Antenna Hub, I just want to check that the two I'm using are working. So I'm going to clear the antennas box and manually type in 1 and 5 separated by a comma, which correlates to the ports on my Antenna Hub, and click Save. Now on the home screen, go to the top and press the play button to start reading UHF RFID tags. As you can see, our tags are being read and our Antenna Hub LEDs are blinking on our enabled antenna ports. If you scroll to the right in ItemTest, you can even see which antenna is reading which RFID tag, which can be helpful in certain applications. Thank you so much for watching this video, all about setting up and using the Impinj Speedway Antenna Hub. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more RFID videos just like this one.